German coaches, what they know how to do, most of them, they build a machine first. On building machine in one really offer average player or be machine in one or so exceptional player. Jurgen Klopp team not building with Liverpool. They be kept on telling people, say, if you're not careful, you will term Andrew Robertson as the best left full back in the world. But he was ordinary. But see, the system is there. We build the system, not the tool. Into Bio Babeshe will be a back so nimbo nebo. Yes, Gerard Martin, Onya de Bako Crow. But Sebastian team no more bomb and team say, was a system anymore no bobo. German coaches, so we build a system, yeah. System ninya faria obia betinya ba behim obebo boni. That's why I love some of these coaches. Sure, I mean some chill. Inigo Martinez sa tackle no ye born na Gerard Martin na bench striker no. Now experience onibi it is a Gerard Martin and Kobeti player in James am boy na kwa bobo ne dia hye. Now Inigo Martinez sprinted gidi Odruwana. Oh yes, I tackle na any mamienu. Tackle na oye no onimade a oye say. A bit never so be red card, but does he care? He does not care. Referee the 4 minutes at so you have 91 minutes. So the red card. Barcelona share. Barcelona maintaining the 4 points. If I saw when I was main found make the red card. If I get the ball right, I am a hero. He did not care because kin Fanese and Cabone was say and can come in Komwe. In Barcelona was 68 points. In Madrid was 66 points. 2 points per El Clasico. Barcelona last game of the season. Omo kwa let's go Bilbao few. Hey, and you more the brutal. And it's no more for fun and yet trust how. It is a tackle nankwa. In Camino can come command 2 points per. Can we be able to miss? It's everything about that game had to do with Inigo Martinez because I start the game 12 minutes. Buena or share Lehan is number 10 rubber or for Bobby Danny no trainer for wings view and na first chance Omunya Antimera Echo boy who just says same way. It was such a difficult game. Such games you need or plus individual skills be. We a Gerard Martin inexperience anka Echo Nenso so per the experience of Inigo Martinez, that crucial 2 points. You may see, we have a discussion about our 2 points, and that 2 points, you play with it. Madrid ne Alaves, and you know, me work. Come, Ken. Me are too worried about Rodrigo Goes and goes to do. Me know what is happening. Dibia me kwat na Madrid came echi me bomba say, Charlie, I want this guy to come back to normal. I was counting my kind said 20 games was one go bill. 20 games. I am worried about him. Because Rodrigo Goes, he's one guy, so a form one. Or yet Juma de Mama the team, defensively, offensively. But the goals are not coming. Number the highlights and the major one in the game. Hey, Kylian Mbappe tackle no koyen ken mempe Madrid ni Barcelona. Sa nkomona ya na nkofudi no ken me kasha nyame nyam se koma me ni wudi say Alaves player and e kotia Kylian Mbappe a ka by this time Florentino Perez nka omu bebubu La Liga dan kra se nka nkofo no ye mo be 10 years. The tackle was bad. Na Soto Grado die I am extremely disappointed in that referee. Say the report or trace him say it was just a normal tackle. Yeah. I understand. Mbappe once said that so boy, the intention it was not intentional. I understand, but should the impacts? We nyamia don't keep what say boy in the career. It is such instances no. La Liga match say referee write it ultra. Ebio meet me and say 3-4 games. A idea or this season and get Korea. How many hetefi? Also ko stamp. Ne crowd nenye West sir. Referees no more Spanish La Liga. Ne to de bi ami hu omu ye kra. Yan call man you give. 2022. Yeah, discussions. Eric Ten Hag. Manchester United first game. And omu boy na Brighton be show omu 1-0. A 2-1. And it's United as no started bio. Someone started bio near says say lose this started but and Eric Ten Hag. Watch this very carefully. Second game, now Brentford are Manchester United 4-0. Na di here na da goal. No mo start here di here. Di here ye wunso o. Di here ye wunso. Na United defense no enye. And no na di ahomtia Manchester United had to go and pay over 60 million pounds for Casemiro. Casemiro ye torne ba say team no enyunu. They were conceding chances. Listen to this. The word and the reason why they went for Casemiro was that the team was conceding chances. To say, conceding chances near bad then we should bring in Casemiro. Number stoppers are there. Casemiro by Angusiada. Okay. Some of this Manchester United defensive problems. And then Alessandro Martinez guys in buy. Ekwesi saying. Yankwesi baby. Okay. Let me bring you back again. 2 years ago, near some Manchester United problems in defensive na Harry Maguire. The 2 years Maguire da pass da Maguire crown Bobby Crani a party a question say on Manchester United e concede chances. Say Maguire bill. Andrew Onana. When are we going to stop individualizing Manchester United's problems? I want to ask these questions. I understand. Onana no the say we losing the form. But men per se individualism. Let's look at the solution. So let's look at the problems once and for all. Because last year, Ken, what did say a season, you know? Manchester United said 57 goals, conceded 58 goals last year. Amorim ba ye was 49 goals, or conceded 48 goals. Ten Hag the same, Amorim the same. Onu na egu nu hanu asa na so mu na egu nu hanu asa.
Baby odu ya na biase ya ho say coach say baby biase nkra na ba ko ni. A bit obvious boss. So when you care for career. Plenty say United and Fadia. The next one the Enya Baker. Say the player boss is calling on Tottenham and the clubs and kana. Later so a president man. Porto.
So
Amorim dey na happy because we be in so yadi.
Okay.
No, but see, who's a coach, you know, but in fact, team no.
So that is why I make us say, you see, my problem is that Manchester no, ye per se, ye scapegoat you be. Maguire de nyami chance they say the national no, ye de question be. Omo per scapegoating too much. Casemiro ba no nya de ana. Oba it say. Other than a place ni nyina ba Manchester United omo ba omo they come with a good prospect omo ba no more talents na here. Exactly. So they have a problem we need to start analyzing. Not just Andrew. And you're in a problem, no. The problem has persisted. And it's not make say even the here, yeah. Say it got 4 kind of no. It got to some point in time. And almost was he was conceding chances and goals be over. Next year before. Anyway, the here Fali Ramadani on the Koulibaly ni Edouard Mendy moko Saudi Arabia. Inti Ebia Ramadani agent. I don't know. You see, Ramadani were links for Saudi Arabia lots, and again, Manchester United was so torn. Yeah, so I mean, yes, Saudi makes me 35, 40. It's
50.
Yeah, so say the unya 50, unya bear 40, cry you take it. But me, I want him to leave. He should leave. Obi Bako na for from na all ban. We are just hoping say on the baby solution here. Be ready. 17. Now Robert Sanchez say.
Robert Sanchez. So Sanchez is 14.
Ken, ade akoso with Chelsea no. A serious case. Hwe. Coach no. Say Abramovich and Kenneya pamu coach no. Kana dwono krombe pamo no. How on net say coach ma she team. Hwe mama ka sam cho. 1-0 no. And as I dey see you. 1-0 Chelsea supporters me frustrated. Frustrations ni nyina say Man City a share omne Man City na pre Champions League slot. Newcastle were 2 games at time no more 2 games ebo. I share free gym. Teams omne Manchester City for ni any Chelsea air competing nyina she. Chelsea fans ni nim say e catch Chelsea last 4 games obebo Liverpool ofie, obeko Newcastle away, obebo Manchester United ofie, okwa akowie wo Nottingham Forest. Chelsea fans enim. It's the last 4 games na nya good ye. It is a Ubeshia, Brentford, Ipswich, Fulham, Everton. I was so share. and we lose what draw. Etio and on what draw against Brentford. If she town with the share. And the Chelsea are conceding 1 goal. And a goal kicker. Supporters the wolf say Nkofo no say passing from the back and yes omo mpe o say who passing from the back now we Robert Sanchez onyade say passing from the back what the ball name Levi Kwawula onye Chaloba nyade e was passing from the back it Chelsea far ball no and Levi Kwawula ko start say passing from the back no pia ball no de ma Robert Sanchez na Robert Sanchez de ma toss na Darabia yo na Darabia de ma Chaloba de ma body be di Chaloba on and omo press Chaloba. And the Chaloba di ahumtie so onim yade ne ye and ball tum na Kopama lost the ball e we wiem so onyade ho and Nkofo ne gie dom koye chance and they say and another goal kick I want to supporters ne bufu yes what master ade na wo ye ne enye ye sesa no supporters aye dey down my coach ade ahompopo asesa the tactics hey Nene coach benye.
The coach say we Robert Sanchez.
Dem set you say pressure na almost start so deep. Na Robert Sanchez signal coach is onya dey. And the coach say almost bosim. Hey. Supporters say say supporters say
pressure philosophy.
Say almost bosim dia o bosim. Hey coach.
Pressure to this philosophy. Okay. Billy.
Ken. Newcastle. The Newcastle for the year Manchester United recently no. Say the Newcastle for answer at the Manchester United book so. Because we share Manchester United in Newcastle on the last 6 games Manchester winning back up. And then 5 Newcastle are winning. So how Newcastle are dominating Manchester United recently. And for the first time since 1931, Newcastle fought me a double league over Manchester United. Our match Manchester United home and away. The last time you say Newcastle ye be Manchester United in 1931. And to say dear, Manchester United in Newcastle games, you know, is so clear say Newcastle are dominating Manchester United. By game na me witness say you know. Idea na amorum di ra game you know na enye bad. My problem here say profiles now person mo execute sa approach you know, was wrong. Because Manchester United if it is say amorum before bobuku no. Aye ne three back na obo. Against Newcastle. The coach ni decide so obey na say obo ne three back no aye learn you and they operate as a left center back. Mazraoui as the right center back. 83 defenders and as a 3 back no do ogina finfin kwesi broni beka so ye sweeper no na ye Lindelof. Anytime be a Manchester United be initiate attack no coach no instruct Lindelof say omo attack bia na on free tire ho na on beka Manuel Ugarte ho e wo finfin ho eno na be allow Christian Eriksen so betume push akonanim no akoka Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho ho. So anytime be a Manchester United for be build up on be sha say so mba attack bia no abrantie friend say Lindelof e was obeka Manuel Ugarte ho na omo dane the 2 deep central midfielders omo the be sha say dictate the game a progress the game at the Manchester United. That was idea Manchester United under Ruben Amorim enra ye hu say o dey in the build up by problem omo face ni ye say ken Manchester United players also omo nya build up no omo goalkeeper say o press ne kakra bi obey mistake. Abrantie friend say Ugarte ni Lindelof omo poor skills ni so omo poor retention skills ni eni so ekoye for the Newcastle say Newcastle for who say Manchester United for players I say omo build it from the back and from brain mo no omo kra ball na o press omo kakra bi omo kire omo so adia Newcastle for ye wo game ni say omo be press Manchester United high e Manchester United ankasa half na in the process of omo pressing no Newcastle decided say on be very aggressive in omo pressing so omo press Manchester Manchester United half at the same time on be command to man and ube hu Isaac ube hu Harvey Benz one Murphy Joe Linton one Bruno Guimaraes sa players when na press Manchester United for Manchester half abrom ye very aggressive and man to man and Manchester United lose a lot of balls and Manchester United a lot of mistakes and errors Manchester chiro because players I say omo build up no omo kra ball na o press your man on be panic on be mistake enti ken oni ma sene se be o game ni oni si e ball game ni nyina ewie no
Manchester United lose possession 50 times ewo danger zone. Manchester United danger zone man kasa half no. Manchester lose ball nko 50 times. Eye unusual. Eye very poor on the part of Manchester United say. Ye bobo opponent ne press o one kasa half a lose ball nko 50 times. So for Manchester United goalkeeper and I'm say on to me pass very well. O pressing obey mistake no. Manchester United goalkeeper omo two after so omo drop nana no. O ma pass in 57. 57 no onim say emu 30 say ye. Emu 30 say because o pressing goalkeeper ne pe either say the ball ne beche and also obey mistake. So Manchester United team no ade Newcastle for the beat your man no eh how omo press ye after 90 minutes na Manchester United lose possession 50 times e wo man kasa half and a show clearly say Papa ever said Ruben Amorim or changing the style of play because can one say Ruben Amorim be for Manchester United bobo no ye ka coaches are and as a team omo lose possession man kasa half a we Crystal Palace for Manchester United if it is a Ruben Amorim be for Manchester United Crystal Palace na lose possession more times our man kasa half we omo feel Manchester United so it means say Manchester United under Ruben Amorim say omo build from the back omo ye very poor and I can who be in Manchester United a lose possession bebree I can who be no lose a consider such cheap goals any mistakes on me to be honest with you 4-1 against Newcastle a lot of mistakes and Koyi and from Manchester United Manchester was almost show money my coach na was also san ensano na oya dia players no be feel comfortable because Mano Ugarte Mone Lindelof no omo ye players omo krabo now press your man on be panic no my a lot of mistakes Chelsea also go 2-2 against Ipswich Town. A game back to be honest, na me say Chelsea be win the game no. By a ball 90 minutes in the area no. Na Chelsea akwa draw. Chelsea target here say ye bobo season area no. I was so qualified to the UEFA Champions League next season. Good for the English clubs. And now UEFA coefficient no say England for ni benya 5 slots e we UEFA Champions League next season. And most likely Liverpool ni Arsenal they will qualify for Champions League next season. So among star clubs we Chelsea, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest and Man City. Star clubs we no omo be pre 3 slots. No so so ba ko me ensa ne betima qualify for next season UEFA Champions League. And say we Chelsea na opesa obo Champions League ya ntine fie. Embo draw against Ipswich. No disrespect to Ipswich bobuko no. Entina eyeme de say na we video say Chelsea nankasa supporters at the time anyoma mu ye den de mo no Chelsea supporters tia players na de omo nye say emomu mfi coach ni instruction because the coach na chiro omo no emfa results no embrate me friend say Chelsea adia ba ko ha Chelsea this season na ye me ya aye the kind of points be a Chelsea are dropping anka wasa sa points ni say Chelsea lose omo ni Ipswich home away 6 points Ipswich afemu 4 watch Chelsea ba ko abebo draw was Stamford Bridge Chelsea any Crystal Palace ball fie some match na ni say Chelsea ball draw or draw ye Chelsea etna fie Nottingham Forest ball 1-1 some match na ni say Chelsea ball draw or draw sa game no how will lose to Ipswich anyhow on the bomb of boy ya went to me and say these are games and then ni say Chelsea drop points these are games and then ni say Chelsea draw across the Chelsea ball buku no and say so are you so clear say Chelsea defensively omo strong. And how we defending a shaky kakra Chelsea conceded goals omonya the best defensive side this season in the Premier League. And it's a Chelsea bobo na omo conceded goal na omo ye errors e we kire wa e ya de ayehu but baby I ha Chelsea kese pa no and for say Chelsea defensively omonya strong no attacking third also so because the entire 20 clubs omo Premier League no team or say big chances kese pa Chelsea 73 Chelsea say chances are say every single club in the Premier League, which are wrong on the part of Chelsea. And the match Chelsea conceded goals number of chances and Kawaso Omode share and they counter the Oma conceded not Chelsea as so 20 clubs are competing for the Premier League. There was say chances by Chelsea 73. And the Akwa Koyebo Bukwa actually homo conceded any one so chances ebeba no to be utilize it. And can be my say Ken the chances of Chelsea qualifying for the UEFA Champions League next season Akwa Koyede. Because some matches aka no emu de papa Chelsea matches aka obebo Fulham away obebo Everton obebo Newcastle obebo Manchester United no akwa wie Nottingham Forest only na compete so obe qualify for UEFA Champions League if Chelsea any Enzo Maresca o Man City Sanyo Makin Chelsea and Shea na Champions League no o mentimi am qualify because the rate almost say chances anyhow omo concede goals no omo ntimi dominate phases of playing cycle no Chelsea ntimi dominate. Barcelona could win 1-0 away against Leganes. Very important 3 points for Barcelona. And yeah, Barcelona team who say almost dominated the entire 90 minutes. Because Leganes match, and for Leganes struggle with the Spanish Premier La Liga. Na akwa ding team bi obako share Leganes, most especially the top clubs na edene so obako share Leganes wo mu fie, most especially playing against Barcelona. Barcelona struggle to play against low block teams. In the first 45 minutes, the performance of Barcelona wasn't the best. Because Barca ain't me enya control na omo pe won finfio no. Barca share with Pedri, Eric Garcia and Fermin Lopez. Sa 3 players we no omo ntimi ma sa total control na open no because Eric Garcia ne jebo a open simple pass no we gina ye on person obey mistake. Fermin Lopez episode move into space. Enti nipa na also control game no onya any support. Obi an complement Pedri. So the first 45 minutes Barca ntimi control game ne said omo pe because oyi Pedri free wa Fermin Lopez ne Eric Garcia no ntimi complement no e mo control game no wo finfio. So first half Barca ntimi nya control no omo pe no. Barca in the first 45 minutes. Obete sa Rahu. No, a lot of mistakes. Dioman dene tata Rahu enti ma Barcelona ne sheki kakra. So the first half who say Barcelona no omo concede chances. Nothing my friend say Leganes create and now say omo threaten Barcelona. And Barcelona in the first 45 minutes omo final third no. Now unya sa coordination no. Omo mo anim no bi apeso shego. Enti Arsenal Barcelona in entirely the first 45 minutes. Omentimi ambobo na yinim se Barcelona ebono. E can who be na first half. Barca bought 0 shot on target. But in the second half, I who say Frankie Dion be mono. And Barcelona shall say omo control game ne kakra. Omo timi creating decent chances. And the pressure to Leganes so 3 points na Barcelona akwakunya no. Enye total dominant but very important. But can game na Barcelona winning no. Szczesny, Inigo Martinez. Big credit to them. Szczesny no, ne story na efe. Owo Arsenal yemfa na nyehwe yesi onyade. Oko Juventus ojin kuru wa yesi defenders na eboa no. Wa retire from football. Barca goalkeeper kwa kupra. Yesi ye pe goalkeeper na amanaba. At the time I says ni dimba na Barcelona majority of our fans na Szczesny. By ne who says ni saying. Arguably one of the best ever the Spanish Premier La Liga. Set over 22 games, 12 clean sheets, lose game. La Liga, Champions League, Copa del Rey, Barcelona. Abrante fense Szczesny bo mama do sa level me kai pass Szczesny ba Barcelona o kan say pressure won so no you mistakes na ontimi embo sa ball playing bi ontimi sweepy by papa your friend say Jose Ramon de la Fuente on e Barcelona for goalkeepers trainer was say Abrante we ne ball Jose so ye enyam nwa say oje man of the match against Leganes because oye crucial saves e go Barcelona and you talk of Inigo Martinez I am the Friday no on say ye can accept or your last man tackle, tackle no you know. And said you be a go.
When I'm not for this strike and was some papa.
And there be one for credit my Inigo Martinez. Inigo Martinez na yard. Omuda yard. Because our last man tackle we know. And said you be a go. And ya kwanasa a Barcelona player na yard. I am one person with credit by Inigo Martinez. Martin, almost no qua. There be Monfa credit my Inigo Martinez. Monfa credit my Inigo Martinez. Born na Abrante we bono. Na Barcelona echiro no. Na omu leader Rahu. Ana Kubasi future by say Adane. Omu leader we echiro no abeye Inigo Martinez. And it's 2 players no. Szczesny, Inigo Martinez 3 points ne dey. To me omu na ye adwuma ni nyina.
Manchester United Ken. The Manchester United problem I have seen, it looks like say Papa to Canada. Watch now what you be able for to from. Oh, Canada. Ken, Sana United problem now. The Biafu for you know. Acha now what you be we can be able to Premier League matches we are. Obehu Manchester United fought for.
Okana sanity.
E watch on them. Can seriously speaking, now we're cool casting. Now it draws a lot of attention. Near see Andrew Nana Modemonye for Manchester United. Me Maccabi. I feel say from the level that David DJ any performance are not dying, you know.
Se David De Gea kwana Manchester United the fair goalkeeper. So also me nyade na se me nkwa. Certainly you have to bring in somebody the performance was so change me there. Entina Manchester United supporter. Omo mu di football e, omo mu di game na chi ni nyina no. Expect say nka David De Gea kwana there. The goalkeeper that steps in should be way better than David De Gea. No better than Manchester United. Aside that, it is a club a world record of having good goalkeepers. It is all the goalkeeper bar. I was so be able to the more also. You do nana home come you nim so nana your mistakes are no credit. You nim so nana more from no credit. But then again, whenever you are comparing two things, as they say you back, and the kind of performance goalkeeper by in there, at dying at the end run, okay, he's making Onana look like a saint. Goalkeeper no more than so many. When you debut Premier League, yes, you Onana nyadi or the goals check from last season, neighbor. Goalkeeper why errors in the Premier League leading to goals Kasiapa Andre Onana. Why 8? Look at the number of matches at Manchester United above. Share how many times Onana had goal posting him. Why 8 errors leading to goal? By in there about them in the first match. Premier League, in the debut in the Premier League. Why one mistake leading to goal? An error from the goalkeeper. If you imagine say, when you have the number of matches Onana had done mistakes to do sign over the Manchester United. Who you only free one man? The time see the United problem no move from. And now, what I saw wrong with the Manchester United team was a problem with the players on the field of play, especially Manchester United defense. They are not showing somewhere ready to remember Manchester United. Victor Lindelof is a typical example. One of the most experienced players of Manchester United. Who is Victor Lindelof? The years I was still United clearly actually. So coach him out plan so we play execute. Near the plan him out we know park in the soa. I thought that coach they watch no. Who now they watch the implement our park in the so. She quite fast one Newcastle in the first goal. Player kita ball or pass. Without knowing where the pass was going. No one can Ghanaian ko box him. Now what Alexander Isak and Kwao. You young more born. Udim be a born efa. Player now will match no. What Johnny Honum. And this season, he is Newcastle United's best player. What don't know how to rub box anymore. If you pass the buy now, if you see Alexander Isak so no. I feel now was a banner Taki Isak. At that time, Isak a football every. This is a player who is very intelligent. Your man is space. It is a wood giant, no football anywhere. Look at the kind of pass or the mouth to Nali man the ball the chair. And at that time, another inexperienced player, Euro, and also the Nechi, and the Yama player or Takeno. Eventually, a far born boy in a bonus. Second goal at Manchester United conceded Livramento di Diago Dalot. Cut back the D can buy and I say about later ma go in the buy. No problem with that. But quite a fast one, Diago Dalot, Eja Livramento man the ball BT no. Without showing any form of urgency in a game against Newcastle. You beat where you no problem. But after say you beat where you know, you have to track back as a defender. In the first half, none of money bad. But in the second half, why you have to track back as a defender, that player not relax it. Watch me on fan say other players all. And no cover 18-yard area anymore. I could that particular cross. I deal with any coach in the water catch the level you have gotten to. Mazraoui a football what tough from United third goal I consider here. Mazraoui to yana. Player the far ball, heavy bands a far ball. Look at where he picked the ball. Omu jano man the ball never ran it half we honum. Later, obeshe players me fin. Lindelof, any Euro, fin. They allowed him to go a ball on the share. Can these things and your coach in a better? That is why I'm saying, say the Manchester United problem. Onana the end but I know a game now who you know. I saw that these players are not serious to play for Manchester United. It's another problem to us, you know. Manchester United card that clearly, and no problem for Fraba. See, Harry Maguire, Monana, a bomb of water. And the Manchester United supported Bienya and Harry Maguire in a noble. And I am sure, say United supported you already be empire, but they say, wait and go Nana. Clearly, by then to me. Wamo Nana a world class goalkeeper.
That's so say Isaki boy on chain in the pocket. Boy they play from the back and I could pass him. Ni mistake away. And you're born on Coboche.
Oboche, no.
And the coach is saying, maybe not to Chelsea. Supporters catch a Chelsea for some more bonus. And you name the reason, because born and the action and the opponent to be money free.
Kid, anything that is why I've talked about his fault. Any defenders, no.
Coach is on passing. And I'll pass here now.
It's one pass in the year. Anything that because the coach and the plan now executing we are. Problem no, how to execute the plan, Gina, who play and now go Gina Park and also.
You say the most you never see about Bomo.
So Watara started we are. I'm sure no Watara Nyaki. It's for me, there are a lot of problems in the Manchester United team. It needs a holistic approach. I'm on tenacity. No more team because I am sure they have given up on this particular season. And in Tina, coach and then dream and then attention I call Europa and so on. Because he feels that is the only way to about Champions League. Now if you want to betray Eddie Asheni team no. Can Kakebi on air Arsenal. Me Arsenal and Brentford nibi. Now adia ba ko me hu ya manage say in almost every game I over here after certain key players a player Arsenal no. Arteta tries to build an all-round team. Thomas Partey and a right back on the day. Partey on several occasions no kremijitum. But what I fast for Arsenal a go against Brentford. Time a counter attack by most of the time. Nka players are your forward line players. And Nka call for the run. But in this instance, Declan Peke ball it was Thomas Partey. Yes. Player any usual of him. So only be taking that kind of step. And he take that step. And eventually pass in the corner, he was able to execute it. Madrid for a casa. Thomas Partey, the confidence in the Arsenal camp is growing. Now me feel saying committing the 3 maximum points to build the momentum to play the Real Madrid game. Unfortunately, but at least that kind of performance I mean, and the all-round team and Mikel Arteta air building, Jakub Kivior, who has been a bench warmer, any opportunity, but and in every game he plays, he gives you something good to talk about. And I believe that on Wednesday we are in to watch something good between Real Madrid and Arsenal. More that draw, and more Madrid no. I am happy to part no match because these are players that have played to that level. Wabakwa could do Champions League in the finals, and he has that kind of confidence. Or inspire other players, going into that particular game. Beautiful football on Wednesday in Shekin.
Okay, I know Biggie. Biggie Meda was saying.